Hey, good morning. I want to tell you a little bit about my Spectrum story. My name is Ryan Jensen, and this story started 17 years ago, as a matter of fact. My neighbor was Mark Redman, and my wife and I were walking our newborn son down the sidewalk and ran into Mark and his wife pushing their newborn son down the sidewalk with their stroller. And I'll tell you, it was the start of not only a wonderful friendship, but also a wonderful relationship with Spectrum. He soon took in a family from Somalia and needed to. One of the boys was really struggling and needed some parental role models in his life, in particular male role models. And this was back when Spectrum was really starting to ramp up their mentoring and role model program. And he came to me and said, "Hey, would you be interested in helping out this young man because he doesn't have a really solid male role model. His father was back in Somalia. He was in a family with just his mom." And I thought about it long and hard and decided to go ahead and do it. Jump in with both feet. And we had a really good time. And it was one of those relationships where I wasn't sure how much, quite frankly, I was going to get out of it. And I knew that I was going to I was really hoping that I was going to be able to help this young man out quite a bit. But I will tell you in retrospect that I probably got more out of it than he did. I can remember at one point, my sons grew up with this wonderful young man in their lives for a number of years until he's in his 20s now, and we still see him every now and then. But I remember at one point, my sons looked at me and said, "Hey, Dad, this gentleman, his name, he's our cousin, right?" And I just loved it because they saw this mentee of mine as part of the family, as somebody that they hung out with, that we were able to do things together with. And there was no cultural boundaries, there was no ethnic boundaries. It was just pure relationship and joy. And I'll tell you, every time that I hung out with this young man, we had a really good time. It wasn't easy. I will tell you that there was some really challenging events in his life that I think tested the relationship, but I think made him stronger as an individual. And as I said, he's 20 years old now. He's working at a great restaurant down in Winooski. And every time I see him, he is such a mature, kind, and polite young man that I think back to when I first started mentoring him when he was 11 or 10, can't even remember, and how different he was, and the challenges and the decisions he was making. And it's a pleasure to see him and who he's become, because he is a really wonderful human being. So that's my Spectrum story. And boy, I tell you what, it's been an honor to be part of the program, and to see what you guys do over 50 years is pretty amazing. And kudos to you guys for being able to do everything you do, because you impact a lot of people's lives very positively, and it's pretty special. So keep it up.